what's happening right now.
I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly swear.
I, Kamala David Harris, do solemnly swear.
A historic day in Washington, D.C. as the new president and vice president are sworn into office.
And I pledge this to you. I will be a president for all Americans. All Americans.
Joe Biden becomes the 46th president of the United States.
And so today, at this time, in this place, let's start afresh. All of us. Let's begin to listen to one another again. Hear one another. See one another. Show respect to one another.
We'll take you through today's ceremonies and bring you reaction to the new administration.
We've got you covered. From WSIL, this is News 3 at 5.
Good evening, I'm Mark Kiesling.
And I'm Danny Valle. It was a new day in history this morning as the United States saw the 46th president sworn into office.
President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris took the oaths of office this morning in the nation's capital. ABC's Alex Prechet has more on how the new president plans to bring the country together and move it forward.
Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. and Dr. Jill Biden.
It was perhaps the most unusual peaceful transfer of power in modern American history. The families of President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris joined by bipartisan congressional leaders. The swearing in happening on the very steps where 2 weeks ago a violent mob of insurrectionist Trump supporters stormed the Capitol, leaving 5 people dead. Vice President Harris escorted by one of the heroes that day, Capitol Hill police officer Eugene Goodman, the man whose quick thinking steered rioters away from the unguarded Senate chamber, allowing Vice President Pence and lawmakers to escape. The first woman, Black American, and person of Asian descent to be sworn in as vice president, taking her oath from the first Latina on the Supreme Court, Justice Sonia Sotomayor.
I, Kamala David Harris, do solemnly swear.
Watching on, former presidents and their spouses, the Obamas, the Clintons, the Bushes, and former Vice President Mike Pence, but not the Trumps. And then history.
I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly swear.
Joe Biden swearing his oath of office, becoming the 46th president of the United States, his term beginning at one of the most troubled moments in American history. Biden takes over as the country grapples with the COVID-19 pandemic, a ravaged economy, a racial reckoning, and deep political divides. Biden focusing first on unity.
We must end this uncivil war that pits red against blue, rural versus urban, conservative versus liberal. We can do this if we open our souls instead of hardening our hearts.
Without ever mentioning his name, Biden appealing directly to angry Trump supporters, but also calling out the lies and mistruths that have divided the nation.
Hear me clearly. Disagreement must not lead to disunion. And I pledge this to you. I will be a president for all Americans. All Americans.
Alex Prechet, ABC News, Capitol Hill.
Late this afternoon, President Biden signed his first executive orders targeting Trump administration policies on immigration, climate change, racial equity, and the coronavirus.
Well, what can we expect or hope from the next 4 years of the Biden administration? Well, News 3 asked people across Southern Illinois about their thoughts on the incoming and new administration. In Williamson County, Marion resident Jasmine Krause says a change in leadership is important to bring fresh ideas to the table. She also believes that listening to ideas from both sides of the aisle is pivotal towards reaching compromise and resolving issues. Krause hopes this administration brings a sense of normalcy by conquering the COVID-19 pandemic.
Being able to go out, see your friends, go to work without having to worry about, did this person come in contact, worry about getting sick, worry about family. I just hope we all make the right decision. I just hope he does what he needs to and gets everything going.
Other people I spoke to refused to go on camera. Some believe that Democrats should be tried for treason. Others worried they'd be fired from their jobs for having different political views.
Missouri Senator Roy Blunt served as the chairman of the Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremonies. Blunt said the ceremony is not a moment of division, but instead a moment of unity.
Our government comes together. The Congress and the courts join the transition of executive responsibility. One political party more pleased today and on every inaugural day than the other But this is not a moment of division, it's a moment of unification. A new administration begins and brings with it a new beginning.
The Republican senator urged Americans to come together, drawing inspiration from the theme of this year's inauguration, our determined democracy, forging a more perfect union.
And leaders around the world are already congratulating Joe Biden and offering their thoughts on the new administration. German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier says today is a good day for Democrats. He added that despite internal hostility, Americans' institutions have proven strong. Steinmeier says he hopes the international community will once again work today on the COVID-19 pandemic, global climate protection, security, and other conflicts around the world. Meanwhile, Iran's president is calling on President Biden to bring the U.S. back into the 2015 Iran nuclear deal. President Hassan Rouhani says if that does happen, Iran will respect its commitments under the pact. He also urged the president to end sanctions against his country. As for outgoing President Donald Trump, Rouhani says, quote, "A tyrant's era has come to an end."
Local lawmakers have been issuing statements on today's transition of power. Republican Congressman Mike Boss said, "While I stand ready to work together on shared priorities that help Southern Illinoisans, I will never fail to fight for our conservative principles. I wish God's blessing for President Biden and Vice President Harris on this historic day." Democratic Senator Dick Durbin congratulated the new administration, saying, "With President Biden and Vice President Harris in the lead, it is also a moment of hope. I am optimistic now more than ever that we can come together and overcome our challenges and divisions."